Story time. The inspection issue that killed a deal. And it wasn't the roof, HVAC, or the foundation. It was the septic tank. So, one of my buyers went under contract on a home in Athens. The seller's disclosure didn't list when the septic system had last been pumped. So, we asked the seller to have it done. They declined. My buyer decided to just pay for a septic company to come out and inspect and pump it instead. That's when things got interesting. The septic company pulled the original records from the health department and discovered the septic tank was located directly underneath the driveway. Not beside it, not near it, but underneath it. The technician told us the tank hadn't been pumped in roughly 20 years, and he couldn't do anything to pump it or inspect it because it was buried beneath the driveway. So the driveway would have to be removed, and even then, he said the system might be in failure due to the location. Of course, I bring it to the listing agent's attention. She had no idea. The sellers had no idea. The listing agent who sold the home to the sellers years ago had no idea. Then, my buyer happened to run into a neighbor at a local bar that knew the original owner. Small world. The neighbor called the original owner, who said she remembered having the driveway poured years ago, but never thought about locating the septic tank first. Somehow, several owners had bought and sold the property over the years without anyone inquiring about the septic, which is unbelievable to me. You know, they would have discovered the issue years ago. Anyways, the septic system is concerning because it couldn't be pumped without removing part of the driveway. Parking over a septic system can damage it and increase the risk of failure. If the system failed, replacing it could be difficult because the drain field already occupied much of the available yard, which was not very big anyways. And a replacement system could cost upwards of $15,000, assuming a replacement was even feasible. So after reviewing everything, my buyer decided this was more risk than they were comfortable, taking on. So we terminated the contract. The home went back on the market and went back under contract pretty quickly. So hopefully the next buyer investigates the septic system, and hopefully the listing agent brought it to their attention since they now know about it. The lesson: if you're buying a home with a septic system, don't assume everything is fine just because the toilet's flush. A septic inspection or pump is one of the inspections you can order and can uncover problems that could cost tens of thousands of dollars later. Sometimes the biggest issues in a real estate transaction is literally buried beneath the ground. Have you ever discovered something unexpected during a home inspection? Tell me about it in the comments.